You don't need to do anything but yourself. Go ahead and have a seat on the carpet.
Look, I have a stool if you want, or even a chair. Your husband has been super good. Would you like to sit down?
Hi, everyone. I'm Miss Montana. I'm going to be here with Miss Matt.
Some people fall off the chair. Please don't fall. Just grab it when you guys sit down.
So yeah, we're friends. We both go to UL, and she's going to help me teach the math lesson today. And so today we're going to be working on adding a pair of 2-digit numbers. So let's repeat after me after I read the I can statement. I can add a pair of 2-digit numbers. Good job. And so now Miss Montana is going to play a fluency game with y'all.
Okay, so this game is called Take Out One. So we're going to take one from each number, and then we're going to say, you're going to tell me the number sentence, okay? So we're going to, this is one. I'm not very good at these. Okay, so for example, we have 6 right here. I clicked on it, and the number was 6. So the number sentence that we're looking for is going to be 1 plus 5 equals 6. Okay. You want me to try another one? Yeah. Okay. So we have the number 8. So it's going to be 1 plus 7 equals 8. Oh, okay, so now we're going to do them all together, and you're going to tell me the number sentence. Are you ready? Thumbs up if you're ready. Everyone looks ready? All right. 2-digit number. What do y'all think? You guys say it out loud.
10 plus 10 equals 20.
Let's
10
have
plus 11 equals 22.
What do you think right here?
Well,
Let's listen. 20 plus 2. Anybody else? What do you think? What do you think over here?
21 plus 1 equals 2. 22.
Good job. Okay, so what was your name? Landon? Okay, so Landon said 21, right? 21 plus 1 equals 22. Good job. All right, so let's try another one. Okay. Raise your hand.
25 plus 1
Good job. So the number sentence we have is 25 plus 1 equals 26. Let's do 2 more, okay? We'll do purple. So that's 13. Give you some time to think. What do you think? The number's 13, so what would your number sentence be?
12 plus 1 equals
11? Anybody want to help her out with that? Good job, so you're really close. You're really close. It was 12 plus 1 is 13. Good job. Okay, let's do one last one. Let's do it. Good job. Is everyone here?
Yes.
1 plus 1 equals 2 is our number sentence. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to look at the essential question. Do you remember what the I can statement was? I can add a pair of 2-digit numbers. So today, I know you normally work with 1-digit numbers. Today we're going to be working with 2-digit numbers. So I want you to talk to your partner in a second and tell them what you think it means to add. Okay, so you can go ahead and talk to your partners.
Partner A can talk to partner B. Maybe partner A
Once you've talked to your partner, I want you to sit quietly in your spot correctly, so I know you're ready. So can I have you raise your hand? Partner B is going to raise their hand and tell me what partner A has told them about. What does it mean to add? Okay? He's over here. Let's be quiet and respectful when someone's talking, please. On 10. Alright, anybody else? Partner B? What did partner A tell you? Like you had 10 and you add one more, you'd have 11. Anybody else? So you're going from a smaller number to a bigger number for all these examples that you told me, right?
So now we're going to talk about some strategies to use when you are adding. So I want you to think about all the things that you just told Ms. Montana about what it means to add. I'm not answering any questions now, you can leave your hands down. So, one of the strategies that we're going to talk about is 10 sticks. Can anybody think back on when you've used this in class and how it might have helped you to complete an addition sentence? Right, do you need to call on a friend? What about 27? Okay, well how would you use 10 sticks? Tell me about that. You could do quick tens with your 10 sticks? Okay. Ben, what do you think?
You do one 10 steps, you put 5, another 10 steps, you put 8.
Two what?
Two
Two extra ones, right? So we have our 1 to 10 stick for the next 12 and our 2 extra ones. So I want partner B to talk to partner A this time and tell them what you think might be under this square. Alright, when you're done, give me a thumbs up. I heard some really good talking going on. Let's see. I'm looking to call on someone who's sitting respectfully and facing forward. Can you tell me what you were saying? Okay, thumbs up if you agree with what she just said. If you think that's what's going to be under our frame right here. Yeah? Thumbs up if you agree, thumb down if you disagree. Let's look. Okay, so what do we have here? Let's see. We have, can someone raise their hand and tell me what this is? Nor? It's cubes. How many are this then? Do you know just by looking at it? How many?
10.
10, good job. So that would make this be 10 too?
Yeah. No. Yeah. It's only 5.
Why did you say no? Raise your hand, think about it. Why do you think no? Because it doesn't. Okay, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, so it is 10. Let's see. So if this is 10 and this is 10, are they from the same number or are they from different numbers? Landon? Different numbers. How'd you know that?
Because they're not together.
They're not together. Good job. And so I have all these loose cubes right here. What does that mean? Yeah. Those are my what? Those are my parts. So those are my ones, right? So what can I do to help me solve this equation really fast by using these? What could I, Ben, what do you think?
Count by 10s and 1s.
Count by 10s and 1s. How would it help us to count by 1s a little bit easier? What can we do? Yeah. Do you call on a friend to come help me? Counting on. We could also move our cubes together, right? So I'm going to move, would it be easier to move our 5 ones or our 2 ones? Hold up your hand, show me 5 or 2. 5 or 2. All right, I see most of y'all saying 2, and good job with that. So I'm going to cross this out. I'm going to go ahead and cross it out, and I'm going to draw 2 cubes right here. So if I'm putting these 2 cubes right here, how many ones do we have now? Let's count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So I have 7 ones now. So looking at this, can someone think about it, raise their hand, and then tell me the answer to our equation? Think about it. Raise your hand when you have an answer. When you have an answer, go ahead and raise your hand. You should be using your 10 sticks to solve this. I know you all can do. What did you get? 27. Can you share with us how you got 27?
Because if you count on and then you put like 10 in your head and 2, it'll make it
27. And so you know that you had these 2 10s right here. So if you counted that, what would you get? These 2 are big sticks. 20. So, right, good job. And so then you counted on with your ones. What was that? So what did you do after you found out you had 2 10s? Mm-hmm. Good job. All right, now I need everybody to look up here, and I'm going to count to 10, and I want you to go grab your whiteboard and then come have a seat. All right? Now, go 1, 2, you should be back when I get to 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you should be making your way back. 8, 9, everybody should be almost to their square, if not already there. And 10, everybody should be, yes? Why don't you grab your notebook?
I can't find it.
Your notebook?
I can help you.
Okay. Thank you, Samantha. Okay, so now we're going to look at another 10-6 problem, and we're going to do it together this time. You on your whiteboard and me on the big board, okay? Everybody ready?
Yes, ma'am.
So we have a problem that's kind of similar, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Can someone raise their hand and read the equation for me? Can you read the equation for me?
15 plus 13
Equals, we don't know yet. Did everybody hear that? I think some people were talking, couldn't hear our friend. He said 15 plus 13 equals blank. We don't know yet, right?
Yes.
Right. So what would be our first step when using 10 sticks? Think about what we just did and think about our first step. Raise your hand when you have an answer for me. Grayson, do you know what our first step would be when using 10 sticks? We would need 10 cubes. So if we were going to model the number 15, what would we have to do? You need to help? You can call on a friend. Landon? Alright, Landon, what would be our first step when modeling 15 with 10 sticks?
Get 10 sticks and add 5.
Okay, so you're saying it would look like this, and then what else would we have? What did you say? 5 extra ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thumbs up if you agree with Landon. Alright. If you agree with Landon, I want to see you try and write this on your board as I wrote it. So go ahead and write your 10 sticks for 15. We're drawing 10 sticks. Remember that. And give me a thumbs up whenever you're done. Do you have a question, Landon, or are you just a thumbs up whenever you're done. Are you writing anything? I see some really nice drawings, but I also see some friends whose boards are blank. Your board should not be blank right now. Your board should not be blank. Good job. Wait just a couple more seconds to draw. Alright, so eyes up here, and we're going to look. I want you to hold up your board so I can see. I want to see the drawing that you just made. Nice, nice. So I want you to compare your drawing to the drawing we have right here. So right here I have one column of 10 cubes all together to make one 10th stick. And then what do we have off to the side? Can someone raise your hand and tell me? 5? 5 what? 5 cubes to represent our extra ones, right? So you should make sure that your drawing has one stick of 10 and 5 extra ones. Alright, so now that we know how to model 15, I want you to go ahead and model 13 using our 10 sticks. So go ahead on your board, model 13. Show me how I would write that using 10 sticks. What? No, she's in there. And when you're done, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. You done, Parker? Give me a thumbs up. Now I want partner A to turn partner B, and I want y'all to compare your drawings. Our girls, compare your drawings. Show them what you drew. I'm so blank. That's fine. Now I need someone to raise their hand and tell me what their partner drew. So you can tell me what your partner drew. Samantha, can you tell me? Listen up. For 13? What did he draw just for 13? We're not having partner talk. What did you draw? So you drew a 10, and then how many ones did you draw for 13? 3? So you drew... You drew this? Right here, buddy? For 13? Thumbs up that this is what... If this is what you drew for 13, thumbs up. Are you ready to check our answer?
Yes.
Should I move it?
Yes.
Is it what we drew?
Yes.
Let's check 15. How many is right here? 15 is in blue. So how many is in blue right here? 10. And then how many extra ones do we have? Let's count to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, good job. And so now let's check our 13. Our 13 is in orange. How many are right here?
5.
1 10 in the tens place. And so how many ones will we have? 3. Good job. And so how could we use these 10 sticks to help us solve our equation? Think about it and raise your hand when you have an answer for me. How could we use our 10 sticks to help us solve our equation? Brooklyn? So how did you use your 10 sticks to solve that? You counted them? Okay. So how would you count them to make it easy for us? Did you count the 10 sticks first? You counted your 10 sticks first. So we had 10 and then what'd you have with your second 10 stick? 20, right? And so then, how would we move our ones? How would we group our ones together that would help us? Samantha? We can cross out 3? Where would I put the 3 now?
You guys, right there, and you count the rest, like 10, 20, and that's on the left.
Can you say that one more time?
You can put, like, that's 10, you have 20, so that means 20 plus 5 equals 25.
Yes, but we can't just get rid of our 3's. So where would I put my 3's to help me count it fast and easy for me? And I just want to remind everybody that I will keep a post-it for dojo points. So if you're not paying attention, I will write your name down. So what can I do with my ones that I just crossed out? Carol, what can I do with my ones? Okay, so I crossed it out, but what do I do now? Would I put them with my 10s, or would I put them with my 1s? I would put them with my 1s. I would draw them on top right here, right? So all of our 1s would be together, and it'd be a little bit easier for us to count. So, now knowing that we have how many 1s? Ben? We have 8 1s. So knowing now that we have 8 1s and we already knew our 10s, raise your hand if you can tell me the answer to our equation. Chloe? 28. Thumbs up if you agree. Thumbs up if you agree that the answer to our equation is 28. Alright, you ready to check?
Yes.
Alright. It is 28, it's just off a little bit. So 28 is our answer. How using 10 sticks would help us? How did you use them just now to help you solve the equation? Emmanuel, how did you use them? It does, you're right. But what did you do with our 10 sticks to help you with that? You can roll the front. You counted on my quick tens. Okay, so you counted what first? Right, good job. So Parker C, he counted all of his 10s first, and then he counted his 1s to give him the answer of, what's it, 28. Good job. So now we're going to do quick 10s, and Ms. Montana's going to show you how to do that. And I will be keeping a post-it note of people's names for dojo points.
So we're going to take 5 seconds to erase our whiteboards, and I'm going to let y'all check yourselves, sit correctly in your spot, eyes up here, ready to learn, okay? 5, 4, if you're in a notebook, just turn the page to a new one, okay? 3, 2, 1. Everybody's whiteboard should be cleared off. should be up here. You should be ready to listen to the next step. I see some people with their eyes not up here yet. Thank you. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the strategy of quick tens. So we have our first problem right here. We have 24 plus 13. So our first number, 24. How many 10 sticks are we going to draw for that? Show me with your fingers. 2. And how many ones are we going to draw up here? Show me with your fingers. For 24, how many ones are we going to draw up here? Show me with your fingers. I have some people showing 4. We all have, alright, 4. You're not going to write anything in your notebooks or on your boards yet, so you should put your caps on your pens, put your pencils down real quick. I'll wait for everyone. I'll wait for everyone to put their pencils down, markers down. Okay, thank you. Right. So for our next number, we have 13. How many 10s are we going to have for that one? Show me with your fingers. How many 10s are we going to have? So I have some showing 1 and some showing 3. Why do you say 1? 1 10.
Because if we have 3 tens, it's supposed to be 30, and if we have 1 ten, it's supposed to be 10.
Good job.
And it's supposed to be 3 ones.
Okay. A little ahead of us. All right, go. So we have 1 10. So how many ones are we going to have for 13? Show me with your fingers again. How many ones for 13 are we going to have? 1. 2. So got 1 up. Got 3. It's going to be 3. It's going to be 3 1s. So underneath here is just another way to show it. We did it separately, so we have 24 right here, and we have our 13 right here. What they did, they just separated by color. So they have green is showing their 13, and they have black showing 24. Okay. So how many 10s do we have all together right here? Raise your hand. 30? Good. 30 10s? Alright. And how many ones do we have all together? Raise your hand again. 7. Alright, let's count them together. Ready?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Good job. So we have 7 ones. So now we have 30 10s, and 7 ones. Can anybody tell me what this equals?
37.
Alright, let's see if that's what it is. Good job. Alright, so we're going to look on those. This one, you can go ahead and get your markers out. You're going to write it on your boards or in your notebook, okay? So your whiteboards should be cleared off. There should be nothing written on them. You should have a fresh page in your notebook. We have 26. Alright, so who can tell me how many 10s we're going to have for this number? Raise your hand. How many 10s are we going to have? 2. And how many 10s are we going to have we have is 13. Yeah. Now how many ones do we have here?
6.
Good job. 6 ones. Now, for the 13, how many ones do we have for 13? You have your hand up? How many? 3 ones. Good job. So on your whiteboards in your notebooks, I want you to figure out how many we have all together now. So write in your notebooks, and then we're going to come back together. Well, give everyone time to solve the problem. Whenever you're done, just put your pencil down or put your lid on your marker so I know you're ready. Raise your hand if you need a little bit more time. Does anybody need a little more time? Okay. So everyone's ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Raise your hand if you know the answer to this number sentence. I'm going to be calling on somebody who's quiet and sitting in their spot correctly this whole time. 39. Thumbs up if you agree that 26 plus 13 is 39. Thumbs up if you agree. Disagree? No? Thumbs up from everybody?
No, I
You disagree? Why do you disagree? What do you think?
it's not, it's because one, said it would be 39, but I had 3 more. It would make it
33. Okay, so you had the first one, we have 39, we have 33. Anybody else have any different answers? 38. Okay. Any other answers? What'd you get? No, you got the same? Okay, so let's look at it. So we have how many tens? 30. Alright, so we all got, looks like those are all the same right through here. So let's count, what happened? So let's count our ones together, okay? You ready?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So y'all still think 33?
No.
What about 38?
No.
Really close. Really close. So let's see. That is a 9. So 39 was the answer. Good job. Okay, I'm going to move on.
I'm sorry, Miss Montana, but I'm going to be writing students' names down because I see some of our friends are not facing forward and they are not paying attention. So the last strategy that we're going to be talking about today is a number bond. Can anybody tell me, raise your hand and tell me how a number bond might help you? Or why is it important to know how to use a number bond? Yeah? calling a friend? Okay, go ahead. Very good. So we're going to add our tens first with our number bond. How might we break up the number 13 so that it would help us add our tens first? Yeah, maybe. So how many tens are in the number 13? Show me with your fingers. How many tens are in the number 13? The number 13, how many tens? I see some 3s, some 1s. Ben, can you tell me why you said 1?
Because 10 doesn't have, it doesn't have any one thing.
That's right, because there's only a 1 in our tens place right here, right? So if there's only a 1 in our tens place, how can we break up 13?
We can break up 13 by
Putting 10 and 3, right? Thumbs up if you agree. If we could break up 13 by 10 and 3. Alright, let's check. So our first number is 10, so good job. So our other number must be 3. 3. So if we have 10, and we're done with 13, so we're going to cross that out. So if we have 10 plus 13 and we're adding our 10s first, and we're adding 17 plus our 10s equals, we don't know yet. What might our equation look like, Landon?
10 plus 3 equals 17.
Close.
Plus 17 equals 27.
That's right. So, and let's check. Good job, Landon. So 10 plus 17, or 17 plus 10 equals 27. So now we're done with the number 17. So I'm going to go ahead and cross that out too. And we're done with the number 10. So let's look at the numbers that we have left that aren't crossed out. What number do you see right here that is not crossed out yet? Yeah? 3. And what number in this number sentence right here have we not used yet? Looking for someone paying attention. What number have we not used yet? We already said we were going to use the number 3 in our sentence. What's the other number? Can you call my friend for some help? Okay, you can. Okay, Ben, so what's the number? We're going to use 27. So let's see if we're right. So 27 plus 3 is 30. So why would we use the 27 and not the 17? Raise your hand when you have an answer for me. Yeah? Because we already used 17, and 27 is our new total, right? So we're just adding our ones now. So we're going to look over at this one now, and we're going to do the same thing, just a little bit different. So we're going to be adding our ones first. So how would we break up our 13 that could help us use our ones first? Carol? How would we break up our 13 to add our ones first? How would you break up your 13? I see it on your board. Just tell me what you broke 13 up into. 10 and 3. So it'd be the same, right? Yeah. So let's check and see if we're right. So we have our 3 and we have our 10. So knowing that we're adding our ones first, what would our first equation be if we're adding our ones first? Think about it. Raise your hand when you have an answer for me. We're adding our ones first with our numbers. I should see some hands raised. Grayson, what do you think? You're not sure yet? Okay. Samantha, I saw your hand raised. Did you have an answer? Not yet? Okay. So if you're struggling a little bit, I want partner B to talk to partner A and tell them what our first equation would look like. Remember, we're adding our ones first. We're adding our ones together first. Did you talk to your partner here? What did your partner say? Maybe you should ask her again. Thumbs up when you're done talking with your partner about their equation. I should see some more thumbs up, less writing. Emmanuel, can you tell me what your partner said their equation would be? Okay, that sounds like she might have been using some quicksand. But if we're writing out an equation, what would our numbers be? What would the numbers in our equation be if we're adding our ones first? Let's back up a little bit. Let's see. Can someone hold up with your fingers and show me the amount of ones that we have in the number 13? Show me amount with your hands. Show me the number of ones that are in the number 13. Let's see some threes. Right? There's 3 ones in the number 13, right? So if we're using that 3 to write our first equation, what would the numbers in our equation be? Yes? 3? Okay, so 17 plus 3 would be our first equation. Is that what you're saying? Okay, let's check. Everybody face up here. Let's see if she's right. So 17 plus 3 equals 20. Everybody say that with me.
17 plus 3 equals 20.
So now that we have that and we're done with 3, let's cross that out. And what other number are we done with in our equation? Rylan, what other number are we done with in our equation? Look right here and tell me what other number should I cross out. If I use 3 and I cross that out, what other number is there that I should cross out? 17. Good job. So we're done with 17 and we're done with 3. Knowing that and knowing our new total, what would our new equation be? Raise your hand when you have an answer. Our new equation. We're going to give our thumbs a chance to think. Go ahead, write it on your board and in your notebook when you have it. That way I can see who has it. If you got it, write it down. You did? Let me see. Are we done with the numbers for now? That looks like the ones for 10. We're doing one of them now. You're close, man. We're looking for our new equation now. So we're done with 17 and we're done with 3. What are our new numbers? Can someone raise their hand and tell me the numbers? One number that's going to be in our new equation. Layla, can you tell me one of the numbers? If we're done with 17 and 3. So we're going to have 10 in our equation. Thumbs up if you agree with 10. And if what would our next number be? Marcus, you?
20.
20. So let's see if our friends are right. 20 plus 10 is 30. Thumbs up if that's what you wrote on your paper. So you can go ahead and erase your board, and we're going to do the next one together. If you have a notebook, just flip to the next page or write it underneath. So we're going to be adding our 10s together first. So what would we break up our 12 into? Raise your hand and tell me, what would we break our 12 into if we're adding 10s together? Chloe, what would we break our 10s into? Our 12 into? 10 and 2? Alright, let's see. 10 and 2. Good job. So since we now know that we're breaking up our 12 into 10 and 2, what could our first equation be, Chloe? $18 plus 10. So why did you pick 10? Okay. So we're adding our 10s first. So let's see. And you should be writing as I write, okay? So our first equation is 18 plus 10 equals, what does it equal, say it?
28.
28. Good job. So now that what number should I cross out? I should cross out 18. What's another number I should cross out? Grayson, what's another number I should cross out? If I've used 18 and I've used another number in this equation, what should I cross out up here? 12. 12 is already crossed out. What's another number? Samantha? I should cross out 10, right? Because I'm done with the numbers. I've used them. See you later. And so then the next equation, knowing our new total and a number that we haven't used yet, I want you to write down our next equation. Write it down on your board. And when you have an equation, give me a thumbs up so I know you're ready. You should be writing the equation that is going to go next using our new total and the 1. So I think some of our friends might be confused. So, we have our new total. Can someone raise your hand and tell me our new total? Nora, can you tell me our new total? Look at this equation right here. 30, not quite. Chloe? 28. So 28 is our new total. So what are we going to do with that number? We're going to put it in our new equation, right? 28 plus 2. Where'd you get 2 from?
From where the 2.
It's from where we broke apart the 12, right? Where we decomposed it. So let's check. Thumbs up if you agree with Chloe that it's going to be 28 plus 2 equals 30. Thumbs up. I should see some thumbs up or thumbs down if you disagree. Alright, let's check. So it is 28 plus 2 equals 30. So good job, guys. And now we're going to do the adding ones first. So it's a little bit different, but it's basically the same thing, right? So what are we going to break up our 12 into? What is going to be our 10? Say it out loud. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
1.
We're going to have 1 10, so how many? So we're going to have a 10, right? And then how many ones? 3, 2, 1,
Hey.
we should have 2 1s, right? If we're breaking up 12, we're going to have 2 1s. And so knowing that, and knowing that we're adding our ones first, what might number be in our first equation? If we're adding our ones first, what might be in our first equation? Vivian, what might be in our first equation? If we're adding our ones first, and we broke our 12 into 2 and 10. You need to call on a friend? Okay, go ahead. Carly? What would our first equation be? Our number. We're adding our ones first. So, what ones are in 12? Is it 10 or 2? 10 is in our ones place? It's 2, right? So how did you figure out it was 2? Okay, so you knew that 12 had 1 10 in it, and it had 2 extra ones. So we had our 2, so our first equation would be 18 plus 2 equals 20. So knowing that, I'm going to cross out 18 and I'm going to cross out 2. So our new number is 20. And so knowing that, I want you to think of our new equation. I'm going to count to 5 and I want everybody to have their hand raised with an answer. So think of the equation. That is going to be knowing that we have 20 and we have our other part of 12. So 1, 2, 3, I should see some hand raised. 4, 5. Layla, can you tell me your equation? That was close. So we're actually done with 18. So we used it right here, see? So I crossed it out of here, and then I used the 2, so I also crossed out the 2. So we're going to use the numbers that weren't crossed, and we're going to do 20 plus 10 equals, what does 20 plus 10 equal? Say it when I snap. Ready? 30. Good job. So that's how you could use number bonds. You could break apart your numbers into 10s and 1s, and then you add them together to help you a little bit, right? And so now Miss Montana and I have a little treat for y'all. Today, we're actually going to be going grocery shopping. Yeah, I'm excited too. So, on your desk, you're going to have a bag of items that you can choose from. And not everybody's going to have a bag on their desk because you are going to be working with your partners. So Ms. Montana and I are about to show you how you're going to work with your partner. So to go grocery shopping, we're going to have our bag of items. Not everybody's going to have one on your desk, remember. And so partner 1's going to pick an item. So I'm going to pretend to be partner 1. And I'm going to pick, oh my gosh, I just love strawberries. So I'm going to pick strawberries. And now Ms. Montana's going to be partner 2, and she's going to pick an item.
Popcorn.
So I'm like, Milan, can you come up and hold our tags for us? And you hold them like this so everybody can see our numbers. So with 14 and 15, we're going to make a number sentence. So I'm going to write 14 for our strawberries plus 15 for our popcorn. And you can use any of the strategies shown to help you solve it. So I'm going to use quick tens. So what would I do to start using quick tens for my equation? What would I do, Rylan? What would I start to do to use quick tens to help me solve this? What would I draw? How would I draw 15? 16? Let's see. And then what would I draw first?
You would draw 14.
How would I draw 14? Quick tens. So I would just draw like that. That's it? That's all I need? Just the 10? What else do I need?
4.
I need 4 ones, right? So I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to draw 4 ones. And am I done with my problem now?
No.
What would I do next? What would I do next? Oh, you're just stretching. Okay. Samantha, what would I do next?
Like 10 things, like 5 more left.
So I would draw a 10 for my 15, right? And then I would draw 5.
5 more left.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so now what would I do? I forget. Would I just leave it? What would I do, Rylan? Okay, so I like add them up. I count them. Thumbs up if you agree with that. Does anybody have maybe a different way that they did it? You don't need help sometimes. How would you do it? So you said I count my 10, so I have 1, 2, so I know to write 2 in my 10 spot. And then I count my ones, my extra ones. So let's count my extra ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I count my 1, my 9s, and I have 9 ones. So what's my answer?
29.
Good job. And so now Ms. Montana's going to do hers.
Okay, so I have 14 plus 15 as well. I think I want to use cubes for mine. But y'all are gonna have cubes at your desk, but they're there if you want to use that strategy. You don't have to. They're there if you'd like. So if I have my cubes, I'm just gonna draw them. So I have 14, and I'm just gonna draw I'm gonna build my 10. I'm going to build my 10, and then I just have 4. I have my 4 ones right there, so I have my 14. Then I'm going to build my 15 next. And so I'm looking at my cubes that I just built with my numbers, and I'm looking at it. I'm adding them up, and I come up with the answer of I spent $29 on my strawberries and my popcorn.
So if our mom gave us all $40, you each have $40 to spend at the grocery, and our total's 29. Could we pick another item to buy together?
Yes.
Yeah? How did you know? How'd you know?
Because 40 is your total, and then it's like a part is 29, and then you can get more stuff.
Can I spend more than $40 though?
No.
Why not? But I want it. Why can't I spend more than $40? Because my total amount of money that I have is $40. So on your desk, you have a sheet that looks like this. And in your box, you're going to complete your first 2 items. So I would write this in this box right here. I would write my equation and then how I solved it. And if you have more money that you can spend, you may go on to the next boxes. but you cannot go over $40, and each partner is going to have a sheet that they do their work on, but you're going to be working together to go grocery shopping with your friend, right?
But you don't have to use the same strategy as your partner. You can use different strategies, and you can talk with your partner about what strategy you're using. Maybe your partner is struggling with their strategy they're using, and you can help them out or show them how you use your strategy. Okay?
So what are we going to do when we get back to our desks? What are we going to do when we get back to Brooklyn? What are we going to do?
What's the first thing we're going to do?
I should see more people raising their hands. That means y'all did not just listen to Ms. Montana and I's directions. I should see everybody's hand raised telling me what the first thing you do when you get back to your seat should be. Mulan, what's the first thing that we do? Close. So you're going to pick all your things up and you're going to put your boards away and your notebooks away. And then what do you do after that, Rylan? You're going to work with your partner to make your grocery list, right? So who picks an item first? Partner 1 or partner 2? And then who picks? And then what do you do?
And then you write your numbers in, and then you do quick tens.
No, you don't have to do quick tens. You can
use any of the strategies that we just went over
Or
today.
you could use
So what are the other strategies that you could use besides quick tens? What? Tell me one.
cubes.
Cubes. Tell me another one. Chloe, tell me another one. You could do a picture like quick tens. Nor, tell me another one. What's this? You could use number bonds. So you could use quick tens, linking cubes, or number bonds. All right. Where's my classroom manager? You ready to tell them to go back to their desk?
No, that's my answer.
Oh, you ready to tell them to go back to their desk? Thank you.
One of your partners will have a bag.
What's up?
Is everybody with their partners?
Yeah.
He doesn't have a partner.
No, no.
Yeah.
Go back over there. Go back.
I could get ice cream.
So who should be picking an item right now? Partner 1 or partner 2? Partner 1. Partner 1 should be picking an item.
25.
You don't need your
I
white
like pizza.
Alright, so now that you have your 2 prizes, what are you going to do? Nope, you can write one here, right? So you actually go ahead and put your whiteboard up. You don't need that. So show me your equation on your paper. It's right there in the equation. So once you get
show me how you solve that. Okay, let's see. Emmanuel, put that down. You need it? And you can only use them one time. You can't use it. What if you use cues? So now you have to draw them. Like how I drew them. Vivian, are you helping me? Are you finding your What strategy did you use? Maybe use a different strategy under this equation? Unless you can use a different strategy, what are the other ones that we should use? What are the ones that I can you do it? Do you use them all? No? So how did you solve that? What items did you put in your list? the candy bar, what did you do? Six. And how many are I need to see some maybe some proportions quick 10 or and you have one more you draw quick 10 on your paper 10 since I can't read your mind I wish I could. Did you read your 40?
I've won 10 years. So count 10, 20,
Okay, so in the next box I want you to write what items you bought. Write me a sentence what you bought and how much they cost. And what's Can you write that for me? Yes, you may. Yes, I would love that.
Okay, I need to go next step. Archie should be here.
Awesome. You and your partner should be almost finished with grocery shopping.
Grayson, take that hat off. As a matter of fact, Grayson, take that jacket off. Don't play me with that. Good.
You have about 1 more minute to finish your problem.
Grayson, come here. Hey, Miss Maddie, make sure next time if they have a hat on, that's how you know. Okay, go push up now. Off jacket, now. Play with you. Oh, you do not do that.
Where do we have to go?
Hat on, no problem. You're good. You only did one.
So did you finish your equation? Yes. Are you finished? That's okay. Just so you have one. Just so you make sure you have one done. About 1 more minute and we're coming back to the carpet.
It's not easy to count. I know that's
That's Samantha's job. So if I say 12, will everyone say
And you got pizza.
Mars! Alright, I need everybody. Raise your hand if you have not completed one equation yet. Not completed one.
to put their price tags back in your bag. Put your measuring cubes back in the middle of the table. Once you have all of your price tags in your bag, I need you to be sitting down, letting me know that you're ready to come back to the carpet. Nope, I didn't say go back to the carpet. Let me know that you're ready by sitting respectfully and quietly. I need my yellow table to come sit on the carpet. Everyone else sitting here. Bring your paper with you. Sorry.
I'm never like, cause I'm not supposed to be like, I don't know what to do.
Now let me see the next table that's sitting very nice. I need my green table to come sit on the carpet. Bring your sheet with you. Bring your task sheet. Do you need another good point? I'm not playing around. Let's see. I need my blue table to come have a seat. Bring your task worksheet with you. Get my red table with your task worksheet. And my pink table with your task worksheet. And my orange table with your task worksheet. Yeah, leave your paper. No, right now. Have a seat, buddy. We're almost done. You can leave your cubes on the desk, girls. Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna clear it, we'll get them together. Alright. Okay. What I'll do is when they're done, she's got to work, like, alright, sit down, we're gonna dismiss you.
I'm looking for people, our friends who are sitting respectfully and who are ready for art.
Okay, so you actually want to keep these papers, so what I would do is find a way to pick them up. I'd maybe put them in that pink store, and call them by color,
Okay.
and then go back to their desk.
Should I call it carpet? Okay. I need the red table to put your task sheet on the pink stool and go have a seat. My red table.
Heads down. Okay, come back to the carpet.
I need my green table to put your sheet on the
Riley,
pink
come
stool
here.
and then come back and have a
Pick
seat.
up all the cubes for me. Get the yellow bucket over the basket.
I need my blue table to go put all of your papers on the stool and come back and have a
You
seat.
can go, hold on.
I need my orange table to put your papers on the stool and come back and have a seat.
I see some people putting them in there.
I need my pink table to go put your paper on the stool and come back and have a seat. And lastly, I need my yellow table to go have a seat and bring your paper.
Good afternoon, guys.
Happy Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
Happy
Raise
Mardi
your hand.
Gras.
You got a nice holiday. You can talk here. Nice, nice. So today, boys and girls, we are going to be hiding our treasures in our treasure hunt. Now, let me show you, give you an idea.
Okay, Miss Graham, listen to me. Y'all have been amazing. And you know what? I'm going to give y'all some goldfish in a minute because, listen, like, y'all were so good for them. I'm so proud of you. Like, you sometimes, I know that was a long time to sit. So, thank you. So, I will give you some goldfish in a minute. So, I need you to listen to her.
Yeah, everybody sit crisscross.
I know it's been hard. They've been sitting alone, so I know that it may be a little, y'all are so proud. Y'all doing great.
So today, you see our maps? We're going to hide that golden treasure. X marks the spot where the treasure is. You can decide where in your